Stormy throws her head. She don't like the sound of lead ripping through the sky on a cool, clear autumn morn. She high trots back home. She can't stand to be alone. She's been that way since the day that she was born. But I love her anyway. I wouldn't trade a single day. I'm riding for another day to be alive. The wind in her long black mane, she's the only thing that keeps me sane. The only way today that a cowboy can survive. Equine. Mind all his own. Bud was hard as a stone. He threw me to the ground a dozen times or more. Running down the road, cussing 'cause I'd just been thrown all the way back to the old brown double barn door. But I loved him anyway, and I wouldn't trade a single day. I'm riding for another day to be alive. The wind in his long gold mane, he was the only thing that kept me sane. The only way today that a cowboy can survive. Equine. There's a fire burning in me still, and a cold hard iron will to get back on no matter how hard I fall. And I think of them days sometimes to ease my troubled mind. Every time my back's up against the wall. He's one tired old paint. He's a little less kin than king. I see the hesitation in his eyes. I lift a little saddle on. He kicks him in the sides and they're gone. Lord, I can't believe how the years roll by. And how I love that little boy, riding high like Gene and Roy, fading like a hero into that western sun. The wind in his thick gold hair, I close my eyes for a moment, I'm there. The only way today that a cowboy can survive. Equine. 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 Rode down Wolf Creek Pass in the white autumn lightning. October 23rd, 1935. I was one mounted rider, was riding alone on a gray line back dun. He was the color of stone on a company saddle, on a company horse. I give him the name for Chief Joseph Nez Pierce. down Davenport Canyon, pushing 17 head. I swore to the foreman they'd come back alive. And that night in the canyon was windy and black, except for the lightning that cursed through the sky. The cattle wild and restless, I fought at my feet, swore to finish the job. Only Pierce could hear. Came to the rocks, and it was too dark to see. The storm flashed around me, and through the cold pouring rain, and the cattle got scattered where the cedars hung low. I prayed they would gather in the canyon below. So I just closed my eyes, I waited to die. And a white flash of light down the wet canyon wall. I gave Pierce the reins, and he found us a trail. When we came to the bottom, I took rein once again, gathered the cattle and trailed them to town. Now I'm 91 years, and old Pierce is long gone. I've seen my last winter, I've sung my last song. I still remember the ranges, still remember the sky, still remember the darkness, I still see Pierce's eyes. And he'll come for me this dark rainy night, through the white autumn lightning. We'll ride once again. Over to wander to Red Bull again. I will teach you Riata, my friend, only good as what you will put in. scraping hair off a hide he had skin stretched and dry, to cut braiding strings narrow and thin. He taught me the trade in the cool Sunday shade, the wisdom of more years than I'd been. For decades he practiced the skill of the craftsman. For usable art he would strive, his whisper to a world where nothing seems to last was slow down, no one gets out alive. Over to wander, too late, pull again. I will teach you Riata, my friend. Like a spirit they fly on the wind. Over to wander, too late, pull again. Spend most of my Sundays in his school of life. He'd share of the things that he knew, and I found that most guys that I'd long idolized learned their rawhide under him too. Prepare the hide well, keep your blade sharp as hell. Damper the strings almost dry. Take time to lay every string tight and straight. Make something that's worthy of pride. Will live long after you die. Over to wander, too late, pull again. I will teach you Riata, my friend. One day we are all dust in the wind. Over to wander, too late, pull again. Over to wander, too late, pull again. We were out on Lightning Ridge in the center of a storm. It was deep into October and I was fighting to stay warm. Stray cattle in the canyon and out on the mountain's edge. Old Charlie reined up heavy and he turned to me and said, "Son, this is where you separate the cowboys from the men. Hard times have come before, and they're gonna come again. So you can turn that horse and ride back home and wait until it ends, or just grit your teeth and bow your head and ride into the wind." He said it's man and Mother Nature, and she tells us who we are, and the strength to keep on riding. Well, it's a never-ending war, and the right thing's never easy, and the good don't always win. But it's the memories of days like this that you'll cherish in the end. 'Cause it's times like these you separate the cowboys from the men. Hard times have come before, and they're gonna come again. So you can turn that horse and ride back home, wait until it ends, or just grit your teeth and bow your head and ride into the wind. Watched him ride away, headlong into the storm. I think I finally figured out what we were riding for. So I turned up my own collar, I pushed down my hat, and then I took a deep seat in the saddle and spurred on into the wind. 'Cause it's times like these you separate the cowboys from the men. Hard times have come before, and they're gonna come again. So you can turn that horse and ride back home. Wait until it ends, or just grit your teeth and bow your head and ride into the wind. Crane, Atlantic salmon, all the same. All we have done, they still remain in a word, endangered. Reaching out for someone and holding on to nothing in a world torn by changes like me. The blue whale, the redwood forest, we cannot fail. We must fight to sustain them, for we may all be endangered. Reaching out for someone and holding on to nothing in a world torn by changes like love. Endangered. We were perfect strangers, now here we are in danger. Reaching out for someone and holding on to nothing in a world torn by changes, you and I, endangered. Endangered. Damned old cowboy, you're broken again, just a quiver. and a change on the wind, and you're pulling out leather and cussing in vain, trying to stand through the pain. Damned old buckskin, all full of the fire. She's like moonlight, a glow on the wire, soft in the round corral, gentle and light. And then she decides to fight, and all that you are comes down to horses, old childhood dreams, and unexplained forces. At times you're the bottle that holds lightning bolts, but you'll be a dead man if you don't quit riding them colts. One good woman and two little boys, still it's horses that bring you true joy. Now you're down on your back again, Percocet high, stoned like the look in your eye. And all that you are comes down to horses, old childhood dreams, and unexplained forces. At times you're the bottle that holds lightning bolts, but you'll be a dead man if you don't quit riding them colts. Can you feel that burn in your shoulder? When will you realize that you're getting older? And all that you are comes down to horses, old childhood dreams, and unexplained forces. At times you're the bottle that holds lightning, a dead man if you don't quit riding them colts. The oldest of three, and it's plain to see that his life ain't been hard, but it sure ain't been easy. The little gray mare, she started buck. He came up off the ground and called it hard luck, 'cause Casey's a cowboy right down to the core. He's blood, sweat, and grit, no less and no more. And the times might get tough, it's tough for the times. But Casey's a cowboy Daddy don't say much if it comes to a fight. The old family quarrels, the wrongs and the right, and the 12-hour days, and hay on the ground, and the family troubles. They don't get him down, 'cause Casey's a cowboy, right down to the core. He's blood, sweat, and grit, no less and no more. And the times might get tough, it's tough for the time, but Casey's a cowboy, he'll do just fine. I don't wonder why you worry long. He holds it all in, he won't say what's wrong. I don't doubt that you'd take all his pain to make it all right. I'd do the same, but there's an unwritten code, and he's lived all his life. He'll shoulder this load, still love his wife, and horses and troubles, they get broken with time. And Casey's a cowboy, he'll do just fine. Yeah, Casey's a cowboy, he'll do just fine. There's a voice inside that says run away. They won't even know you're gone. I'm a wildcat in a cage today, thinking about the places I could be. All I you can hear the mountains speak. It says, welcome back, my long lost friend, to the high country, like the mountain light in the land of eagles. Let my soul unwind. It's my rocky mountains that you can't take from me. Let me find myself in the high country. And the future is uncertain for me, for the places that I go. Like the river of no return, you see, where that lost wind blows clean through your soul. It's a lonesome dream, I know. You might think I've lost my mind, but there's a hole inside your soul. There's a peace you long to find in the high country, like the mountain light in the land of eagles. Let my soul unwind. It's my rocky mountains that you can't take from me. Let me find myself in the high, in the high, in the high country. Allie, I'll be around, close when you need me, close as the sound of teardrops falling down slow. Sweet little princess, don't you know that if there are horses in heaven, dapples and sorrels and bays, quarters and ponies, trotters and pains, round ones and skinnies, shorter ones and tall. If there are horses in heaven, you won't have to miss me at all. Mommy, this is your song. Sing when you need me, I'll sing along like a cool breeze across your sweet face, or sun on your shoulder, that once was my place. And if there are puppies in heaven, fast ones and shy ones and strays, spaniels and collies. Branded by the land, befriended by the wind, you may never pass this way again. But something in the wind is saying that your time is now, boy. Your daddy calls you a drifter. I call you cowboy. I still remember how it rained, still hear the whistling wire. I know we really haven't changed since our first Brandon fire. It's such a long, winding road through years of sacrifice. If we knew then, now what do we know? Would we still choose the life? We rode the glory trail, my friend, that leads right straight to God. Still searching everywhere west to find a riding job. You take the Baker Highway home to southeast Oregon. You take it easy all alone, but you are not alone. 400 miles you have to fill, new dreams to carry on. You're just a buckaroo, but still your legacy grows strong. You ride the glory trail, my friend, that leads right straight to God. Still searching everywhere west to find the riding job. Now the cities of the West, they spread like prairie fire. Still it burns deep down in my chest, it is my one desire. To saddle up at break of dawn and ride into the wind, to see the West before it's gone once more with you, my friend. To ride the glory trail again, that leads right straight to God. Still searching everywhere west to find the riding job. To find the riding job. To find the riding job. old Alberta plain. You're a drifter passing through, and I know you'll be back again. You disappear into the blue, and I think I'm a lot like you. But just a dreamer on the ground, only wishing I could fly. How I long to hear the sound of your wings upon the sky. Your hello and your goodbye. Desert shore, or the California coast, of all the places that you sold, do you love Canada the most, or are you just another ghost? There's something you are searching for, love you've lost along the way. A southern wind down in old Mexico, a golden stubble field of hay. For your safe return I pray. Oh, 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 oh. There's a brand new gold Palomino coat, knee-high in the Colorado grass. The note by the bed, he reads it again, 'cause it all happened way too fast. How he's driving around, looking all over town for a 66 hardtop Mustang. But her cell phone keeps ringing like the dreams he's been dreaming, and it looks like it just might rain. And she's driving like lightning down I-25. She's tired of fighting, she's getting restless. She's leaving him sleeping while she's still alive, and by sundown she'll be back in Texas. Called from the road, from the last rodeo, and said, you don't make it easy on me to listen to you cry and try to answer why I'm the way I just have to be. And so she hung up the phone and packed all her things in the back of that 66 Ford. When he came home that night, she turned out the light and said it won't be good night anymore. She's driving like lightning down I-25. She's tired of fighting, and she's getting restless. So she's leaving him sleeping while she's still alive, and by sundown she'll be back in Texas. Well, he didn't really think she meant what she said as he drifted off to sleep. And now the sun's gone around on that front range town. It's starting to settle in. He reads it again in the note by the bed. She won't ever be back again, 'cause she's driving like lightning down I-25. She's tired of fighting, and she's way past restless. She's leaving me sleeping while she's still alive, and by sundown she'll be back in Texas. Never was good at goodbye. I couldn't stand to see her cry, looking out at the river all alone. Cody stood behind me like a stone while she said goodbye to the last Red Rock rider. She said you'll never see the morning sun. One last ride in tracks down through the canyon to two lame horses they'd abandoned. The river shining neath that ghost white Texas moon. I could feel the gunfight, knew it was coming soon, and I said a prayer for the last Red Rock rider. But we might never see the morning sun. One last ride into the sunset. One last midnight run. I felt the shot ring through the black. Cody fell when I looked back. In a silhouette against the silver midnight lightning, I pulled the trigger and I stopped the fighting to say goodbye to the last of the Red Rock Riders. I knew he'd never see the morning sun. One last ride into the sunset. One last midnight run. I never was good at goodbye. River riders wait for her, free and easy, she is sure. The salmon river and her soul come together where the rapids roll. I'm a cowhand, a buckaroo, beneath the timber in Montana blue. Now I wait for Friday night. We'll be dancing in the moonlight at the Salmon River Motel, along the highway I know so well. Heaven waits beneath the seven devils at the Salmon River Motel. She's a taker, takes her time, makes me believe that she is mine. But that river never ends. She keep coming back again to the Salmon River Motel, along the highway I know so well. Heaven waits beneath the seven devils at the Salmon River Motel. It's a lonesome drive on Sunday night, back to Missoula by first light. There's a river running through my mind, and a girl I long to find. Oh, oh, at the Salmon River Motel, along the highway I know so well. Heaven waits neath the seven devils at the Salmon River Motel. Oh, 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 oh.
You ain't much on crowds, but you're at home in a herd. You love the feel of good leather and the jingle in them spurs. And there are days that you wonder why you do what you do. But it's a torch that you were handed, not just the lifestyle that you choose. Hot and tired and dusty and cold to the bone, through the wind and rain and lightning, through the blowing snow. Sit tall in that saddle, yippee-ki-yay. You were born to carry on, so carry on the cowboy way. In the morning you'll cuss and swear you're getting old, but when you saddle up and leave that barn, you'll be riding that new colt. You don't trade stock on Wall Street, that ain't where you invest. You know your treasure lies over that next rise. Just keep on riding west. Hot and tired and dusty and cold to the bone, through the wind and rain and lightning, through the blowing snow. Sit tall in that saddle, yippee-ki-yay. You were born to carry on, so carry on the cowboy way. carry on. So carry on the cowboy way.
Riding under a blood-red moon's glare, dust kicks high in the desert air. A six-shot preacher with sins to atone, but the devil rides faster and I'm all alone. In the outlaw shadow the reaper grins, lost in the echoes of my own sins. Redemption's a fire that burns too cold, a heart turned black with stories untold. I hear the wind howling like a widower's cry. Each mile I travel seems to ask me why. The weight of my past like chains on my boots, and vengeance grows deep from bitter roots. In the outlaw shadow the reaper grins, lost in the echoes of my own sins. Redemption's a fire that burns too cold, a heart turned black with stories untold. Outlaw's creed is a solitary path, trading peace of mind for the lawman's wrath. Each drink of whiskey dulls the truth I found, but no river of bourbon can wash me down. In the outlaw shadow the reaper grins, lost in the echoes of my own sins. Redemption's a fire that burns too cold, a heart turned black with stories untold. Old leather boots scuff in the ground, the devil's dust follows me around. A shadowy past whispers my name, a life on the run, heart set aflame. A six-string weeps in the heat of the night, weary hands tremble, but they still fight. Whiskey burns deep, cuts through my soul, a rebel's curse born to lose control. I walk where the righteous fear to roam, the open road is my only home. Ashes and embers line my trail, a wanderer bound to a dark tale. The sheriff's badge gleams under the moon, hunting me down, he'll find me soon. But the cold steel grip snug in my hand, the law won't bind a broken man. The wind it howls through a canyon deep. Memories haunt where the shadows creep. Love left me stranded, a hollowed ghost, seeking redemption on paths I chose. I walk where the righteous fear to roam. The open road is my only home. Ashes and embers line my trail, a wanderer bound to a dark tale. Was home, I matched my blind. Whisper Cheryl's deadly fun. Healed in heaven's high. Issues carn in the way I've done. Walking by so cold in the devil's light. Heavy eyes cried out and one feels light every step you turn. They burned inside and blood needs barely. Dolly's mine. Where the morning sit on dirt, there's nothing resting me. There's a tune all in my truths, and no one heeds true institute. All the mass so cold in the devil's light. Heavy eyes cried out and moan feels light. Every step reads the downhead side. And then there's lonely, loneliness. I remember I was a couple, our flesh and hell were tan. The past we make forever, and our list is men that sand. All the lads so cold and the devil's low. It has gray at a known field, trying at the stack you take. But down that sea, the dead man's scanning. Donor scream. Slid in the blackened night, a pair of boots in fading light. Dusty trails and a 45 cold. The devil whispers, son, be bold. Ride into shadows, leave it all behind. The law's at your heels, you're running blind. Freedom's a ghost, a fleeting spark. Outlaw's heart rides toward the dark. Whiskey stains on my leather coat, echoes of sins in the words I wrote. A wanted poster with my shadow's name. No redemption in this deadly game. The coyotes wail and the prairie sighs, a man's last breath beneath the skies. Out here there's no place to pray, just deeds that won't wash away. Ride into shadows, leave it all behind. The law's at your heels, you're running blind. Freedom's a ghost, a fleeting spark. Outlaw's heart rides toward the dark. From hills above, the price you pay for outlaw love. Smoke curls up from an empty hand, a lonesome rider in a lawless land. There's a pistol on the table, rusted in the light. Whiskey's in the glass, but it ain't tasting right. Out here on the edge, the law's just a ghost. Running from my sins, the thing I fear most. Through the dust and the shadows, I ride through the pain. The wind whispers secrets that drive me insane. No one to hold me, no one to call. Dark outlaw soul, bound to fall. The campfire's dying, smoke twists in the sky. Ashes rise higher like prayers that won't fly. Guilt's a hitchhiker, gripping real tight. I'm the kind of man who don't dream at night. Through the dust and the shadows, I ride through the pain. The wind whispers secrets that drive me insane. No one to hold me, no one to call. Dark outlaw soul, bound to fall. There's blood on these boots, dried, caked in brown. Echoes of screams in every hollowed out town. I ain't no savior, I won't wear a crown. The devil rides near, keeps my saddle warm now.
suína? Não tem carne suína não, cara.
Hung low like a guilty face, dusty boots trace a lonesome place. Coyotes cry in the midnight air, life is sin, but I just don't care. Whiskey burns as it hits my tongue, loaded six-shooter and a life on the run. The lawman's shadow creeps up my trail, but I'll keep riding through this hellish gale. Out here in the shadows, where the devil roams, the cold wind whispers, it chills my bones. A sinner's path, but it's all I know. In the outlaw's dark, I'll reap what I sow. Black hat low with my eyes on fire, the preacher's words couldn't douse desire. The cards I play, they're worn and torn, a reckless soul since the day I was born. Barroom fights and the gambler's grin, a trail of heartbreak, a trail of sin. I don't look back, I don't make amends. Just the road and the night, my only friends. A storm rolls in, thunder shakes the ground. The echo of my deeds, a haunting sound. But I'll ride till the end with no regret, a shadowed outlaw who won't forget. There's a shadow on the prairie where the sun don't dare to shine. A trail of dust and whispers tangled up with time. The wind it moans like sorrow through the needles of the pine, and the past keeps on haunting in this heart of mine. The devil rides the fences, his grin as cold as stone. The cards I played were marked, and now I'm all alone. The harmonica wails a warning as blues drums pound the ground in this outlaw darkened country. No redemption to be found. The whiskey burns like secrets down my parched and weary throat. The lies I told are anchors on this rusted sinking boat. Stars are just reminders of dreams that lost their glow in the shadow on the prairie where the lost souls go. The devil rides the fences, his grin as cold as stone. The cards I played were marked, and now I'm all alone. The harmonica wails a warning as blues drums pound the ground in this outlaw darkened country. No redemptions to be found. The coyotes sing a dirge beneath the blood-red sky, and every step I take feels like another goodbye. The echoes of my choices, they chase me down the trail, a life of sins and sorrow where the good intentions fail. The devil rides the fences, his grin as cold as stone. The cards I played were marked, and now I'm all alone. The harmonica wails a warning as blues drums pound the ground in this outlaw darkened country. No redemption to be found. Hangs low like a bandit's grin, a rusted chain on the old mill's wind. The dirt road's quiet, but it knows the tale of a ghost that lingers by the county jail. Whiskey burns like a sinner's sin, Rolling deep where the dark begins, the widow cries where the shadows lie. Her tears meet the dust, neath the outlaw sky. The sheriff's badge is worn and bent. Ain't no justice where the good time's spent. River's black and it swallows sound, hiding secrets in the hollow ground. Whiskey burns like a sinner's sin, rolling deep where the dark begins. The widow cries where the shadows lie. Her tears meet the dust, neath the outlaw sky. Church bell rings, but it don't bring peace, just the echo of a life released. A pistol's bark and the night stands still. Outlaws haunt this crooked hill. Whiskey burns like a sinner's sin, rolling deep where the dark begins. The widow cries where the shadows lie. Her tears meet the dust, neath the outlaw sky. Plains where the shadows fall, under the moon hear the coyotes call. A six-string on my back, a flask in hand, a lonesome rider on forsaken land. I'm riding the devil's trail tonight, where the whiskey burns and the firelight bites. A sinner's song in the cold wind's wail. I'm bound for nowhere on the devil's trail. The dust kicks up as the hooves hit stone, a wandering heart forever alone. The preacher warned me, but I turned away. Now the darkness rides with me every day. I'm riding the devil's trail tonight, where the whiskey burns and the firelight bites. A sinner's song in the cold wind's wail. I'm bound for nowhere on the devil's trail. Ghosts of my past, they follow close, whispering sins, recounting my dose. The pistol's heavy, the night's so black, but I can't stop now. There's no turning back. The stars above, they don't shine for me, just a lost outlaw who can never be free. The blues drums pound like my beating heart on this endless trail where the devil won't part. sun dips low on a blood-red sky. A coyote howls, makes the desert cry. My boots crunch gravel, the wind's my friend. The road keeps going, it don't ever end. Dust on the barrel, rust on my soul. The cards I was dealt, I'll never control. A sinner's redemption's a long, lonesome ride, but I carry my shadow with nowhere to hide. The bottle's dry, but it drowns my past. Each sip a moment gone too fast. The ghosts of my sins, they dance in the flame. I carry their weight, but I bear the blame. Dust on the barrel, rust on my soul. The cards I was dealt, I'll never control. A sinner's redemption's a long, lonesome ride, but I carry my shadow with nowhere to hide. The harmonica wails like a lonesome dove, singing the pain of the things I've loved. The bluesy beat of the drum keeps time, marking each step of this life of crime. The moonlight shines on my weary face, a drifter's heart, no home, no place. But I'll keep walking till the night turns gray, a dark outlaw's tune in the break of day. Hangs low like a thief in the night, shadows creeping slow under pale lantern light. The preacher's voice echoes, but it don't reach my soul. A deal was struck and it swallowed me whole. The devil's handshake, cold as the grave, a promise made, now I'm a slave. The cards are dealt and the whiskey flows. In the outlaw's world, mercy never shows. A 6-gun resting heavy on my hip, the edge of danger where I let myself slip. The law's on my heels, but I don't look back, riding through the night on a cold black track. Thunder rolls, the storm's at my door. I hear the hounds bay, but I'm bound for more. A sinner's fate carved in the land, blood on my boots and dirt in my hands. Face in the flickering flame, a love I lost, but I carry the blame. The road's too long, the stars don't guide. The devil rides shotgun, never leaves my side. The devil's handshake, cold as the grave, a promise made, now I'm a slave. The cards are dealt and the whiskey flows. In the outlaw's world, mercy never shows. Moonlight cuts through the midnight haze. Dust settles slow on my crooked ways. The whiskey burns, but it can't erase the shadow of the gallows, its cold embrace. I ride alone where the wild winds howl, a wanted man with a shattered vow. The reaper's close, I can feel him now, under the shadow of the gallows bough. Boots hit the ground in a ghost town square. Every creak of the boards is a whispered prayer. The preacher once warned me, boy, beware, but sin's a load too heavy to spare. The bluesy drums beat like a fading heart. Each step I take tears my soul apart. The devil's waiting, his grin's a dart, piercing through the dark where the gallows start. I ride alone where the wild winds howl, a wanted man with a shattered vow. The reaper's close, I can feel him now, under the shadow of the gallows bough. The noose swings low like a serpent's tongue, for every crime of a life undone. But I'll die with fire in my outlawed lungs, a blue-soaked hymn yet to be sung. There's a bottle on the table, staring back at me. The amber glow of whiskey hides the man I used to be. The moonlight cuts the darkness like a blade, it finds my sins. Out here on the edge of town where the devil always wins. Whiskey shadows on the wall, they're dancing in the flame. Every ghost I ever ran from is calling out my name. The howl of wind, the crack of thunder echoes through my chest. Outlaw dreams and bitter nights, I've done my very best. Boots are heavy on the floor, worn from running miles. Each step carries memories like ashes in a pile. The gun I keep beside me is as cold as my regret. A trigger pulls the stories that I wish I could forget. Whiskey shadows on the wall, they're dancing in the flame. Every ghost I ever ran from is calling out my name. The howl of wind, the crack of thunder echoes through my chest. Outlaw dreams and bitter nights, I've done my very best. Smoke curls in the midnight air, a prayer I never prayed. The weight of all these choices is a debt I've never paid. The stars, they don't forgive me, they just watch me from afar. A man who lost his way with nothing but a scar. Now the dawn is creeping in, and the shadows start to fade. The bottles dry, the fire's out, the bed I made is laid. But the road still calls my name, like a lover I can't leave. A lonesome tune of sorrow, a hymn that makes me hanging low like a blade in the night. The whiskey runs dry, but the fear feels right. Boots on the floor creak the old wooden planks. The devil's been dealing, and I'm out of thanks. And dust on the barrel, blood on the ground. The ghosts in my shadow don't make a sound. Cards on the table, fate's a cruel hand. I'm bound for the gallows, but I'll make my stand. A howl in the wind cuts through the pines. The preacher's been preaching, but I've crossed the lines. The sheriff's close by, I can feel his cold stare, but my heart's too wild for his cage to ensnare. And dust on the barrel, blood on the ground. The ghosts in my shadow don't make a sound. Cards on the table, fate's a cruel hand. I'm bound for the gallows, but I'll make my stand. The harmonica wails like a widow's lament, each note a reminder of the life I've spent. The fire in my chest burns hotter than sin. If I go down tonight, I'll go with a grin. The stars disappear as the dawn starts to rise. I'm a hunted man with a fire in my eyes. The chains won't hold me, I'm a storm to the bone. This road I've chosen, I'll walk it alone. Sun sets low on this dusty plain. Whiskey's gone, but the hunger remains. A shadow rides where the moonlight bends, and the devil walks where the canyon ends. There's rust on the wind, blood in the dirt. This old leather life still knows how to hurt. Out here the law don't mean a thing, just rust on the wind and the song death sings. of my boots on a battered board, a godless prayer to a broken sword, a grave unmarked, just a stone and shame. Every outlaw dies without a name. There's rust on the wind, blood in the dirt. This old leather life still knows how to hurt. Out here the law don't mean a thing, just rust on the wind and the song death sings. Night calls cold with a lonesome cry. Stars burn holes in the outlaw sky. The farther I run, the closer it feels. The darkness rides on my booth heels. Firelight shivers, it don't stay long, like the echo of sin in a lonesome song. A gun in my hand, but it won't make peace. These chains of guilt never seem to cease. Out on the edge of a nameless town, dust kicks up as the sun goes down. A 6-gun resting heavy on my hip, whiskey on my breath, ready for the trip. Riding hard on the devil's road, carrying a burden, a heavy load. The law don't chase where the shadows crawl. Out here it's me against them all. Are howling in the black of night. My steel is cold, my fist is tight. The stars above ain't got nothing to say, just lighting my path till the break of day. Riding hard on the devil's road, carrying a burden, a heavy load. The law don't chase where the shadows crawl. Out here it's me against them all. Every step further just burns my name. Outlaw blood runs through my veins. I've sold my soul for another chance, but this road don't lead to a second glance. A lonesome call. Behind these eyes I've seen it all. A sinner's prayer and a cold wind's cry, but I'll ride this road till the day I die. Storm rising, taste of grit and fire. Boots on the highway, chasing dead desire. Shadows dance, sharp howling in my ear. World feels closer, but I ain't staying here. Whiskey bottles, screaming tales of the lost. Broken hearts buried beneath the frost. Stars above, laughing ain't my guide. Burnt bridges smolder, I'm here for the ride. Run wild, never tame, never fall. Echo loud, hear the rebels call. Cursed and blessed, a life untamed. My anthem rings, they'll remember my name. Empty town scream, echoes of the damned. Shackles break loose, blisters on my hands. Hellfire mocking, it's licking at my feet. But I wear the heat, my soul won't retreat. Power chords tearing, ripping out the night. Drum beats pounding till the morning light. Eyes blood red, gotta hold the line. Outlaw spirit, yeah, that's divine. Rust blood moon painting skies unknown. Brotherhood of sin, bound to the bone. Freedom's anthem carved deep on the wall. Reckless hearts united, hear that call. Dirty streets whisper secrets through the cracks. Concrete sighs and shivers in the black. Shadows stretch like fingers reaching slow under the flickering light. What do they know? Echoes bounce down the alley, sharp and thin. Laughter rots like fruit beneath the din. Hands in my pockets, dragging anchors of doubt. Under the flickering light, is there a way out? Feel the weight, feel the fight. Burn the edges through the night. Underneath the rotting sky, under the flickering light, we thrive. Hum of a motor pulse grinding my teeth. The city's veins pulse, but they bleed in the heat. Buildings bend their necks to look and stare under the flickering light. Who really cares? Manhole steam, it screams like the past. Every second grinds but never seems to last. Step by step under neons that don't blink under the flickering light. On the edge of the brink, feel the weight, feel the fight. Burn the edges through the night. Underneath the rotting sky, glass in the moonlight, sharp as my tongue. Shadows crawl through the alleys where the ghost hung. Breath tastes like smoke fire, burning in veins. A city screaming whispers, drowning in pain. Can't hold on to the light, it always slips away. 1,000 dead-end nights roll into decay. The pavement knows my footsteps like the curse it keeps. The echoes of my nightmares haunt these cruel streets. Walls are closing in, bricks bleed with regret. The night plays tricks, promises it can't forget. Fingers numb from holding on to a sharp edge. Lies spread like wildfire, breaking every pledge. light sharp on the canyon's edge, a pistol's weight and a solemn pledge. Dust on my boots, blood on my hands, running from the devil through these barren lands. Whiskey in the shadows, fire in my veins, riding through the thunder, bound by my chains. The law's on my heels, but I'll never kneel. A sinner's heart's the only thing I feel. Alone somehow from a wolf unseen, eyes in the dark where the night turns mean. The sins I've sown, they all catch flame, but I'll ride this road till it knows my name. Whiskey in the shadows, fire in my veins, riding through the thunder, bound by my chains. The law's on my heels, but I'll never kneel. A sinner's heart's the only thing I feel. A lover's tear, a mother's prayer. They tried to save me, but I wasn't there. This outlaw's life, it's carved in stone, a trail of ghosts where I ride alone. Whiskey in the shadows, fire in my veins, riding through the thunder, bound by my chains. The law's on my heels, but I'll never kneel. A sinner's heart's the only thing I feel. Dusty boots on a lonesome trail, moonlight whispers through the veil. A six-string hums, low and mean, echoes sharp where the shadows lean. Cigarette burns on the table's edge, whiskey in my veins, my life's a pledge. Cards on the table, the devil grins, a game of fate where no one wins. I ride alone, the night my creed, a ghost in the dark with a shadow deep. The blues keep time with my outlaw soul on a road of dust. And black and cold. Barbed wire cuts through a crimson sky, a raven circles where the bodies lie. The sheriff's badge glints cold as stone, but I ain't one to die alone. The wind howls low, a warning cry, every step forward a goodbye. The rhythm of my boots, a funeral drum, I face the dark. I won't succumb. I ride alone, the night my creed, a ghost in the dark with a shadow deep. The blues keep time with my outlaw soul on a road of dust. And black and cold. trees. Shadows dance on a restless breeze. A pistol's weight hangs heavy in my hand. Blood on the soil of this cursed land. The sheriff's men, they ride close behind, with hounds that howl and justice blind. Each hoofbeat echoes like a tolling bell, carrying me further down this trail to hell. Oh, the outlaw's road is cold and long, haunted path of right turn wrong. Whiskey burns and sins won't fade on this lonesome ride, where devils are made. Still calls my name, her tears the price of my fleeting fame. I left her crying on the cabin floor, with dreams now locked behind a rusted door. The blues drum pounds like a beating heart, driving me forward, tearing me apart. The stars above don't offer no guide, just the mocking grin of the night I ride. Oh, the outlaw's road is cold and long, haunted path of right turn wrong. Whiskey burns and sins won't fade on this lonesome ride, where devils are made. Where devils are made. Low on the canyon's edge, a lone coyote cries where the shadows pledge. My boots kick dust on this lonesome trail, chased by a ghost in the sheriff's well. I'm a rider in the night, born to roam, a wanted man with no place to call home. The devil's deal, it's inked in my skin, dark outlaw's heart, steeped in sin. The whiskey burns like the sins I've sown, each shot a prayer for the seeds I've thrown. The cards were dealt, but the deck was stacked. The law's on my heels, no turning back. I'm a rider in the night, born to roam, a wanted man with no place to call home. The devil's deal, it's inked in my skin, dark outlaw's heart, steeped in sin. A steel string wail cuts through the air like the howl of regret, like a silent prayer. The blues drum beats like a pounding heart, marking the rhythm of a world torn apart. The firelight flickers on my weary face, a drifter's life caught in fate's embrace. But the road ahead, it still calls my name, a lone outlaw, bound to the flame. Dusty trails whisper tales of doom. Shadows stretch where the coyotes wail. A lonesome heart with a hollowed tail. Boots scrape gravel, spurs jangle cold. A 6-gun burden, a soul that's sold. Whiskey burns like the devil's kiss. A fleeting life, but it comes to this. There's a shadow on the plains tonight, a ghost that rides through fading light. No redemption, just the sinner's fight in the shadow on the plains tonight. Pass by, their eyes full of fear, no need to ask why. A bounty on my name, blood on my hands. The law can't find what the devil commands. The preacher said there's a cost to pay. The wicked pass where my boots do stray. But heaven's too far for a man like me, chained to the wind and the devil's decree. There's a shadow on the plains tonight, a ghost that rides through fading light. No redemption, just a sinner's fight in the shadow on the plains tonight. Low, a ghostly glow through canyon walls where whispers grow. The dust kicks up beneath my boots, a trail of sins I can't refute. The pistols wait cold in my hand. I roam alone, no promised land. The lawman's eyes are set on me. Freedom's price ain't ever free. The devil's shadow rides my trail, a broken man, a lonesome tale. The night is thick, the stars don't shine. This outlaw heart is never mine. Tears, they stain my soul. Her cries still echo deep and cold. I stole her love and stole her trust, left her heart to turn to dust. The whiskey burns, it numbs the pain, but memories fall like acid rain. The preacher said there's hell to pay. I'll face my judgment come the day. Devil's shadow rides my trail, broken man, a lonesome tale. The night is thick, the stars don't shine. This outlaw heart is never mine. Moonlight cuts through the canyon dust, a lone rider bound by greed and rust. Pistol's cold grip, the weight of sin. The devil's grin whispers where I've been. Whiskey on my breath, blood on my hands. Echoes of vengeance across these lands. Every hoof beats a tolling bell, riding the line between heaven and hell. I'm the outlaw shadow, the black of night, a ghost on the run, staying out of sight. The law don't scare me, the preacher's blind. I'm a wanted man with a tortured mind. The scars I wear ain't just for show. Each one's a story I'll never let go. The open range is my only friend, but even freedom's got its end. The coyotes howl like they know my name. The wind sings songs of my guilt and shame. The stars above, they refuse to shine. Even the heavens won't claim what's mine. I'm the outlaw shadow, the black of night, a ghost on the run, staying out of sight. The law don't scare me, the preacher's blind. I'm a wanted man with a tortured mind. The moon hangs low, a pale cold eye. A coyote howls as the night rolls by. The whiskey burns, the sins run deep. A restless soul that can't find sleep. Shadows on the trail, they follow me close. A past I can't outrun, a life I chose. The wind, it whispers the devil's tale, forever haunted by shadows on the trail. Gunpowder lingers in the cool night air. The ghost of a duel still lingers there. Each mile I ride, the guilt don't fade. Every choice I made, every price I paid. Shadows on the trail, they follow me close. A past I can't outrun, a life I chose. The wind, it whispers the devil's tale, forever haunted by shadows on the trail. Preacher once told me there's a road back home, but my hands are too stained, my heart too stone. I ride with the darkness, it knows my name. The outlaw's light, a lonely game. Shadows on the trail, they follow me close. A past I can't outrun, a life I chose. The wind, it whispers the devil's tale, forever haunted by shadows on the trail. Midnight winds cut through the pine. Dust and sin are friends of mine. A loaded gun, a heart of stone. The road to hell I ride alone. The devil's whisper calls my name. A shadow's dance in a burning flame. A life of crime, a debt unpaid. The outlaw's path is where I've stayed. The moon hangs low, its face turned gray, hiding secrets of the outlaw's way. Every step leaves a haunted trace. The lawman's breath I can almost taste. The devil's whisper calls my name. A shadow's dance in a burning flame. A life of crime, a debt unpaid. The outlaw's path is where I've stayed. Mother's prayer, a father's scorn for the son who left forever torn. But the chains of fate, they hold me tight, a fugitive lost in the dead of night. The devil's whisper calls my name. A shadow's dance in a burning flame. A life of crime, a debt unpaid. The outlaw's path where I've stayed. Shadow on the ridge, it don't belong to me. A ghostly kind of figure, wild and running free. The moonlight cuts the valley where the river winds its way, and whispers of the outlaw still haunt the break of day. Oh, the night keeps calling with a mournful, lonesome cry, a heavy weight of trouble beneath the midnight sky. The dust upon my boots tells a tale